And what's on the Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. It has been an incredible day today. Got lots of stuff done that needed to get done. Finally got to get the mail, so that was cool. And there was like 9 packages waiting for me. And I'm like, jeepers, I was only there like about a week ago, just over a week ago, and I've got 9 more packages. But I'm not expecting any more. And some of them I knew what they were, and some of them I got surprised. So that was kind of cool. I love surprises. So welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1280, 10 travel tips. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Helen Brahms. I'm the CEO and founder of Before the Dirt Nap. And at Before the Dirt Nap, we're all about living your best life now. What services can we provide you that will help you live your best life now, help you get out there, achieve your dreams and your goals, but more importantly, to those lifetime deep down destinations you want to go to, things you want to accomplish, things you want to experience. What are those things that are deep down inside? So we'd like to help bring them out, bring them to the surface, and help you find a way to make it happen. Because life is too short. Life is too short. My late husband was, 57 when he passed. So, he had a short life. But, his biggest regret was he wouldn't get to see his grandchildren grow up. And now he has almost 5 grandchildren. And he only had 1 at the time that he passed. So, very, very special thing. And oh my gosh, Jason E. Eby is online. Hi, Jason. I have to tell you, Jason Eby is a very dear friend. Him and his wife and his 3 girls and his 1 son are just an incredible family. We got to hang out with them back in 2020 when we came through Arkansas. And I had the best time with that family. I have to tell you, they are so hospitable, so genuine, so down to earth, so humbling. It was just such a pure joy just to sit in the house and just listen to everything going on around me. And but Jason and I have kept each other company on many long drives that he has done. We've had like 3-hour phone conversations just to keep him awake while he's driving. And we have brainstormed ideas like you would not believe. We've come up with all sorts of different ideas and everything else. And we get off the phone, it's sort of like, oh, what was that idea again? Because neither of us took notes. But him and his family, oh my gosh, I miss them so much. I just want to go back to Arkansas and spend like a week with them. Zeffie had a blast with them as well. And his son ended up playing tug with Zeffie, which was absolutely delightful. And Zeffie was quite happy to sit and play tug all day long. So, and somewhere on my Facebook page, I think I put it on where did I post that? Maybe in my Your Family Tree Detective Facebook page, or it might be on my Cruise Planners Facebook page. And there is a link on a date night that Jason and Brittany did one night. And they went through Walmart during the toilet paper shortage and came up with amazing ideas on different uses of different things that they could find in the store to help you in the bathroom to replace the toilet paper if, during the shortage and everything else. I have to tell you, I don't know how many times I've watched that movie, and every time I'm in tears laughing about it. I pick up something new every time. But anyway, what are we here to talk about tonight? We're here to talk about top 10 travel tips. Well, 10 travel tips anyway. We will bring you more as we go along. So number 1, we're going to start off with, when taking a cruise, plan to arrive the day before your embarkation day, before the cruise departs. That way, if there are any flight cancellations or delays or anything, you still have time to get to your cruise. If you want to fly in the day of your cruise, you run the risk of flights being canceled, flights being delayed. And we all know right now at this time, there's a lot of that going on. And especially in the wintertime when you've got weather that comes into play as well, with storms coming in, your connecting airport may be closed. So make sure you plan to travel in the day, 1 or 2 days beforehand. I've done this many times. I spent 2 nights in Vancouver before the cruise, playing tourist in Vancouver for the full day. And it was nice because I got there, I was able to relax and just enjoy. And there's other times I've gotten to my cruises, a week beforehand, because go explore the area. Why not? Take a 2-week vacation. But I was there for the cruise. It was awesome. Was able to get on board on time and everything else. When boarding a ship for your cruise, make sure in your carry-on you have a change of clothes, your swimsuit, toiletries, medications, a light wrap, flip-flops, etc., because it could be several hours before your luggage meets up with you on the ship. And if you want to go for a swim or you want to get refreshed before going to dinner, you will be able to do that if you have the stuff in your carry-on. And especially make sure you've got medication with you, especially if it's stuff that you need, and that it's going to need while you're on board the ship waiting for your luggage to catch up. That is a big one. Let's see. Want to travel lighter and not overpack? There is a really cool website called onebag.com, and that's onebag.com. They have great travel tips there for traveling, for how to travel lighter, and even how to pack one bag. And I've tried some of their bundle methods and they work really well. It's really cool when you, especially if you've got stuff that will crease easily. When you do the bundle method, you're kind of layering the clothes in different ways. And then there's the way that you fold them. But the cool part is that stuff that creases easily, you just put like if I'm on a cruise ship or at a hotel that I'm staying at for a week or something, I put the bundle on the bed and I just unwrap the bundle. And then it's just easy to put stuff on the hangers, hang them up. And they very rarely, if ever, need any pressing or having to get wrinkles out. But if you carry, who's the maker of it? I think it's like Downy has a wrinkle release that you can just spritz on it and just stretch out the material and it drops the things. Or if you have a steamer, but be careful with steamers because some cruise lines will confiscate them as you're boarding. Before you leave, if you want to get online before you leave, if you don't want to pay the rates that are on board on the ship, check out the ports of call you're going to and see if they have like cafes that have free Wi-Fi. If you purchase like a cup of coffee or a bottle of water, you might have to make a purchase for them to give you a password. And usually it's a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, something like that. And that way some of them will have the free Wi-Fi there. Of course, take all precautions with internet security and all of that. But yeah, those are some ways of finding, if you don't want to pay onboard rates, you only want to do it when you're in shore and you don't want to pay for it, then that's always a good solution, is to find an internet cafe at the port of call or a coffee shop, like a Starbucks, or if Starbucks, or if they happen to have a Starbucks there, or some other local coffee shop that offers free Wi-Fi. If you are a frequent traveler, consider investing in a dual clock, a watch with dual faces. And some people will go, oh, but I don't like the face. I just use my phone. Yeah, phones are great. But I like this watch here. Brad bought me on our very first cruise back in September of 2009. It's still going. Nothing on it has ever been replaced. It's been in and cleaned, but nothing has been replaced. Not even the crystal, nothing. And it still goes. The date's a little screwed up, but you can see how big the date hand is on this thing. It's tiny, and my poor eyes can't read that small anymore. So I don't worry about the date. But you can get some watches that will have two faces on them. You keep one on the home time and the other one is on where you're traveling. So you know what the time is back home if you need to call back home, Zoom back home, Skype back home, whatever. I found out people still use Skype. Do you know that? People still use Skype. And that way you know what time it is. Yes, phones are good for that and that sort of thing as well. But I'm one that likes to wear a watch when I'm traveling. If you want a good seat on a plane, check out Seat Guru for great tips on where are the best places to sit in the plane. Like they will take a plane and they will have like a red thing in here. And the red thing could be that you've got no foot room because of some electrical thing that's under the seat in front of you. So you'll have very little room. Or it could be that your seat doesn't recline because you're up against the toilets. It could be that, this isn't a good place to sit because of, and they'll tell you the reasons. They have red seats, they have yellow seats, and then the green seats, you're good to go. So it's always good to check those out on some places where are the good seats, and they will tell you also too on that, like if you've got an outlet there to hook up your laptop, if you've got an outlet there that you can plug in with a USB port to charge your phone, they'll tell you if the seats have those sort of what amenities are available at the seats. Before you travel, scan your passport and any of your documentation make sure you leave it with somebody back at home, preferably your emergency contact. At Cruise Planners, we offer you My Trips, which is where we upload all your travel documentation and everything else. You're welcome to upload copies of your passports and your other travel documents that you're taking as well. Email them to yourself. Keep photographs of them on your phone in a security area on your phone. This way, if anything happens to your travel documentation, you can very easily get a copy of it. And especially if you lose a passport and you've got to go to the embassy to get a passport, an emergency passport and stuff, you at least have copies of the old ones that you can show them. And it'll have all the information on there that they need, like the numbers and when it was issued and where it was issued and that sort of stuff, and can easily pull up the things. So make sure you have copies of your documentation either with you, with a trusted friend, preferably your emergency contact, and that you have it like in the cloud on an email, somewhere where you'll be able to access it from anywhere as well. When traveling to some countries where the local water could be a little unsafe to drink, when you take a shower, put mouthwash in your mouth and leave it in there, and that will stop you from opening your mouth during the shower. If you keep mouthwash in your mouth while you're showering, and that would help you to remember to keep your mouth closed. Because I know, like, anytime you're sort of like, oh, I'm fine, I'll just keep my mouth closed, and there's that one little second, that split little second, where you accidentally open your mouth and go, and quickly close it again, and and it's too late. The other thing with water is always, when you buy bottled water, always make sure that the seal is sealed and it's not one that's being refilled. And when you're finished with the bottle, poke a hole in the bottom of it. That way they can't refill it, because there are countries where they will do that with the bottled water. So this is a way of making sure it doesn't get reused. That was the word I was looking for. And the other thing on the mouthwash too is a lot of it has antibacterial properties, so it may kill whatever happens to seep into, if anything happens to get into your mouth, even if you do have mouthwash in there. When you're visiting a foreign city and you're at a hotel, go down the front desk, get like the business card of somebody that works at the hotel that has the address on it. Some places would give out matchbooks. They may have a postcard that has the name and address of the hotel on it. But if you can get a business card of somebody there, this way you can show it to taxi drivers and Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and stuff, so they see the address of the hotel. And in some places where they don't use an alphabet, they use the Cyrillic. Is it Cyrillic? Can't think of the name. Like Greek and Russian, where they have the character, and Chinese and Japanese, where they have the characters instead of letters. It makes it very easy for the drivers to be able to find the hotel, and for you to be able to tell the address of the hotel. So those are top 10 quick tips. The website for the packing tip on One Bag is called onebag.com, onebag.com. I thought that's really easy to remember. I like that. One bag. And they really do have some really cool packing tips in there. They even have packing lists and all of that sort of stuff. And I just love the way that they layer the clothing. And there are times that, I've packed my cruise bag that way, but then I will also have a carry-on that has like overnight stuff in it for if I'm staying at a hotel, if I'm staying with a hotel. So I'll have a carry-on and that carry-on becomes my carry-on onto the ship. And that will have if I'm staying for a couple of days, I'll have a couple of changes of clothing in there. I'll have my toiletries in there, just stuff that I'm going to need before I get on the ship. And then my big bag will have my cruise clothes in there for on the ship. I just had a thought. I need to find me a new t-shirt. I need my new cruise t-shirt, because I just suddenly thought I don't have my smiley face t-shirt anymore. I had this really cool tie-dye t-shirt that was tie-dye, and on the front had a big yellow circle with a big smiley face, and on the back it just had a blank circle. So like you're looking at the front and the back. And that was my embarkation day shirt. I always wear it when getting on a ship, and I would walk on with a serious face. Helen trying to look serious. You can see how that goes. And people look at me. I managed to hold it together for just like 2 seconds. They look at me and they go, like, as you're walking on, the crew are going, "Smile, you're going on a cruise." You go, "I am smiling." And then they look down and see the shirt. and then they get it. So I have to find me a new shirt. I don't have an Invocation Day shirt anymore because that one got too holy and got the point I couldn't wear it anymore. But last wore it on December the 9th, 2018. Yes. And yes, Jason, the smiley face t-shirt is gone. It did not survive. The last time I wore it was the 9th of December, 2018. And I know that because it's the last cruise I booked, boarded, and it happened to be on my birthday. So I can tell you exactly the day that I last wore that shirt on a cruise on Invocation Day. So I'm going to have to go find the website. I know it's something like tie-dye shirt, but there's a hyphen in there somewhere. So I'm going to have to go find that. Anyway, so those are your top 10 tips. We're going to go over them really again. Oh, sorry, I forgot that one. Oh, I forgot one. You're getting a bonus one. Talk with your travel professional about package deals, as quite often they will save you money instead of booking a la carte. That is your last tip of the day. So get in contact with your travel professional and see what package deals they've got coming. You want to see some sneak peek stuff? I got the Celebrity Cruise new brochure today for the next year. I got the book about their retreat. And these retreat suites are gorgeous, and you have your own restaurant. It's a ship within a ship. But this is the one I'm super excited about, Icon of the Seas. This is their new ship coming out next year. It is, I mean, when you want to go sailing on something like that, doesn't that look amazing? Let's see if I can show you some of the stuff. Oh, yeah. Want to challenge yourself? Like walk the plank? Some of them are going, oh my God. Oh, the Golden Girls, yes. Jason is a huge Golden Girls fan. He's also a very big Dolly Parton fan too. And there was something that came on the other day with Dolly Parton on. I was going to send it to you. But I'm just looking at, there was something else in here I thought was, they've got all these swimming pools and everything else, and ice skating rinks and amazing shows that are going to be on board. They've got the rock climbing still there. Oh, yeah, they have, this is it. How would you like this for a family suite? Look at that. It has a slide from the top level. It's a 2-story suite, and it has a slide to get down. How cool would that be to be sailing on that with your family, with your kids? So we're going to have a special evening all about the Icon of the Seas coming up, and we will let you know when that is going to happen. And I'm also going to have another guest coming on. I just got to arrange it to talk about the new river cruises in California. And you're going to go, river cruises in California? We got rivers in California? Yeah, you got rivers in California big enough. They start in San Francisco Bay and go up into Napa Valley and down to Stockton. Yeah, so I was kind of interested to read that, and it's been 80 years since there have been overnight river cruises on those rivers. And they start sailing in February on those rivers. So that's going to be a really cool one that I'm excited to bring to you guys as well. So we've got lots of things coming up, lots of things planned. The first newsletter still hasn't gone out. My fault completely. I have been swamped the last few days. It seems like everybody wants to go on a cruise right now. So I'm getting calls for cruises, trips to Europe, trips to Australia and New Zealand. So it's been a little busy, so I haven't had a chance to do the oh, Jason, you just crack me up. He just said, I hope the slide doesn't have a weight limit because I might just be going down head first. And your kids will follow you. I can see your kids in that suite just having a blast in there. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. And we will see you again tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. And like I said, we're going to get the schedule start filling up with guests coming on, talking about different things that you can do to live your best life now. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Hei konera.